Okay, so this is the first moment that I came on the show.
On our shopping trip to the store, it's me, Derek, my friend Jeremy, and some of the brothers.
We get like canned chicken and barbecue sauce.
What do you get the steak sauce for?
You know,
First line on TV.
There's a well-known fact about baby food. It's just ridiculously bland.
I didn't know that you were on the show that time.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't remember.
Wow.
That's crazy, because you were like literally with all the brothers.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Well, I don't know
Were you
if
nervous with
No.
the cameras there?
For those of you guys who don't know about the courtship and all that, it was like you don't just go up to a girl and go, hey, let's hang out. So Jess is like, come on out for my baby shower. You know, you can hang out with Ginger. What's going on, guys? We're back for another episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, and we're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're hanging with us. If you haven't already, welcome. Subscribe on YouTube. We are putting out a lot of little mini content like shorts on YouTube that you'll want to be alerted to. And also when we have a new video, sometimes we just drop in vlogs here or there. And so you want to be alerted to that. Also, Ginge, I don't know, you're not really on TikTok. You're kind of on the gram, but our TikTok is growing.
I should jump on TikTok at some point.
So we've got a TikTok at Jinger and Jeremy and Instagram as well. Follow along if you haven't already. It's good to be back for another week. Ginge, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just at the pediatrician with Finn, getting his little checkup.
Yeah.
It's funny how as parents, you always think your kid's, so much bigger than the average child, or they're just
I'm pretty sure on this podcast, we could probably do a flashback of me when he was born. Like, he's the biggest guy ever.
He is a chunk, but I think it's because our girls were very skinny and it's different. Like I nursed him the same as I did the girls, which is another thing. He is having an allergy apparently to dairy and soy. Mm-hmm. So I was just talking to the pediatrician and she was like, you can either cut out dairy and soy or you can just put him on formula. So that's the newest. The latest with Finn. I've been going back and forth with that because with the girls, I wanted to get them to at least a year of nursing or a little bit over that. But with Finn, I'm not feeling like I'm going to be able to do the whole cutting out all the things to see if it works. Yep. So I might just do the formula. Yeah. Which is hard for me.
For me, I'm a typical guy, like, whatever works. I don't really get into the whole, like,
the nitty gritty of it.
Well, you know how there's a culture around natural birth. There's a culture around formula, breastfeeding. I think whatever's healthiest. I know breastfeeding is super healthy. Yeah. But healthiest for you too. You have to take that into consideration.
And I'm at the point where I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I mentally can go back to that place of like cutting out everything in my diet. And he's 5 months already, almost 5 months.
And he's a strong boy.
He is a big boy. And so that's the side of it where I'm like, okay, we're doing great. She's like, this is a great time. Like if you decide to go that route, go for it. Yeah. So we'll see.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, fresh off a pediatrician visit, we're just doing all the things with the kids, Felicity starting school, Evie soon, and Finn growing big and strong.
Wild.
I do want to say this. Okay, this just came to mind. We've gotten a lot of comments recently about ads on our show. Let me say a couple things. Nobody likes commercials. That's why we all went to streaming services, right? And then the streaming services started putting commercials in because that's what makes production go. You have to have advertisers to help you produce.
It's surprising because when you sit down and do a podcast, everybody's probably thinking, that's free, right?
Yeah.
It's not free.
No.
It takes money to produce a podcast. And so we are so thankful for our sponsors because otherwise we logistically probably could not do this.
No, we couldn't.
And so
I think, Ginge, if you look at every podcast episode without crunching all the numbers, but it's thousands of dollars because we have 2 editors, you have all the equipment, you have all the services to produce all of that. And so it takes a ton of money
to get it up and running
every episode. And so I know podcasting is such a new space. And I think some of our listeners too, they look and they go, well, you just sit down and have a conversation. And yeah, it's kind of that way, but the actual logistics of it, and we didn't know this until getting into podcasting ourselves.
Hey, I do my own hair and makeup. Can you tell? You can tell.
But it's
my frizzy hair.
It looks beautiful. But no, podcast. So anyway, okay, what was I going to say? Oh, the sponsors. We can't control like the YouTube sponsors. Like they put up whatever they want. But the sponsors we love these products. Like
they are legit people.
Yeah.
I actually have reached out to a couple companies that I love.
Yeah, we do that
and
a
said,
lot.
hey, do you want to be a sponsor on our podcast? Because we love you so much.
So here's the thing. We try to make those ads fun and we try to make them sincere.
Like.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be people we like. But even doing it, we want it to be like, yeah, you could skip past the sponsor if you wanted to. But we kind of want it to be part of the podcast because we genuinely, we want to have fun.
Those companies
we want to entertain
much.
You guys and we want the podcast to keep going.
I like that you talked about that because there are just so many comments that people are like, oh my goodness.
And they're well-meaning because they're like, some people are like, oh, it's a money grab. It's like, friend, trust me, this is not a money grab.
Yeah.
It takes a ton of money to get something like this going. Mm-hmm. And here's what really drives it for us is like, some of these episodes are just fun, and that's a huge part of life. Like we want to do, like today, we're going to look at a counting on episode of the first time I ever showed up on the show. That's really fun. But then some of the episodes and a lot of the episodes, I mean, almost every episode we want there to be like beautiful gospel truths in there. But like, for instance, the one we did with your sisters on miscarriage, we know that's a ministry and we want to be able to put out that kind of content, but it takes a ton of logistical stuff to get that done. So
it does.
Okay. So I just said what I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Because people, speaking of comments, have been talking a ton about these React episodes. And there's a million React episodes we could do. And we've got some incredible guests coming up. We've got more family coming up. We've got some more friends, which you guys are going to find really interesting. But doing some of these React episodes, not only is it fun for you and me, because it kickstarts a lot of your memories, but you guys have commented that you really enjoy them, you guys, the listeners. And so what were you going to say?
I was going to say I'm excited for today's because it is when you were first on the show.
First time ever showing up on the show.
Okay, we got to get into this because we've talked about this maybe for some little bit, but there was a time when we were talking and you were there like visiting the fam and they didn't know that we were talking. Like the crew did not know that. So when you showed up, you were a random person to them. Mm-hmm. And so they kind of asked you to step aside for a minute.
Yeah, totally. They're like, sir, we don't want to introduce another character here.
Because part of the issue with reality TV is you can't bring in too many characters into the show because then they're like, oh, well, who's that person? Who's that person? Who's that person? Then you just get lost in the weeds.
Yeah, and people are characters. Even though it's reality, it's like on a sitcom, you wouldn't just have a new character every single time. You need familiar faces. And it works the same way with reality. Okay, so this is the first moment that I came on the show, and we should give a little setup. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what was happening here? So that we go to Harps. This is the boys go to Harps because it's Jessa and Ben's baby shower for Spurgeon.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
And we go to get like ingredients for baby food because you guys were doing a joint baby shower. Not you guys. Yeah, well, the family. They were doing a joint baby shower for guys and girls. And so
you're getting baby food?
Mm-hmm. We're going to do like a competition where
do you remember
that?
To eat it. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. I didn't even remember that. That's wild.
So Ben's like, hey, so I'm just in town. And
you're Ben's friend.
Was this strategic? This was strategic. Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got to, let's watch this. But there's some behind the scenes of why I was even there in the first place. Because Ben and Jessa were being strategic.
We want this baby shower to be for the guys as well. So we've come up with a few ideas to incorporate the dudes and have like a baby food making contest.
That's pretty original. I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
It'll be very interesting to see who can make the best tasting baby food.
Do you want to divide and conquer? Like, get a couple groups and then...
Sure, you got your phone? I'll text you the list.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to buy any like secret ingredients, that you think might go good in the baby food. On our shopping trip to the store, it's me, Derek, my friend Jeremy, and some of the brothers.
We get like canned chicken and barbecue sauce.
I'm not sure exactly what babies
Ben
can
doing with his hat?
eat. I mean, I kind of have a general idea, but
he would wear that all
Derek,
the time. That's
he made
hilarious.
his own
Backwards
food
hat.
for a while, after he had oral surgery. So He might have some recipes that actually make
That's
mine pretty
amazing.
good.
Hot diggity dogs.
We're going to take a quick break from this episode to talk to you about Cozy Earth. Jinger is asleep.
Oh my goodness, guys, this blanket is insane.
That's the bubble cuddle blanket.
It is. And Felicity actually has the white one, and she just was she walked downstairs after bedtime, all wrapped up in this thing, came down, she was like, can I have a snack? Carrying her bubble blanket. Crazy. This thing is like
It's the most comfortable thing in the world. Here, let me
insane.
get
It feels like it's just like
Let me get
the
it.
softest thing in the whole world. There.
This is,
Take it.
oh my word. This really
So-
is comfortable. I don't even know. I'm not even reading the copy points, Ginger. I'm just going to talk about this blanket. You have to have this blanket in your house. Oh my goodness. I'm done. The ad is done. Go to cozyearth.com.
Y'all, so what I love about Cozy Earth is that all of their products are legit so soft.
Yeah.
They are amazing. They make the perfect gifts.
Oh my goodness. It's so heavy.
Their sheets are amazing. So we have guests in town, and I literally just went and put the Cozy Earth sheets on their bed so that way they can have the best night's sleep ever. And if you go get your sheets now, then you will have a 100-day free trial. That's one thing that they do.
You won't
Cozy
return
Earth
this
does.
blanket.
You can return your sheets
You're not
up
gonna
to
return the
100 days
sheets.
after, but you will not return them because they're
This is
so
unbelievable.
comfortable.
Hey, this is a gift for someone who has everything.
That is.
Because what's better than a new blanket? Oh my goodness.
It even fits you. You're like 6'2".
All right, go to cozyearth.com. Use code Ginger, 40% off.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Function Health. We love Function Health because it gives you the kind of data that you typically wouldn't see when you go in to get your checkups.
Yeah, most people think maybe if you have low iron, you can just take some iron supplements and it's no big deal. The body's far more complex than that, and sometimes supplements won't even help. One of the things we've learned since working with Function Health and doing Function Health is how complex your internal health is. And Function Health breaks it all down for you so you have a complete picture of how healthy you are and what your deficiencies are, and if you have deficiencies, how to resolve them.
Yeah, you can test over 160 biomarkers. And so that is from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress.
So learn more and join using our link. Visit functionhealth.com/ginger.
Okay.
Hot diggity dogs.
There you are. Wow. That's fascinating. So you were just there at the store with the dudes, and you were there at that time. We were in a relationship,
No, we were not.
or we were not.
No, this is the first time. This is
I don't remember when that was.
this is a month or two before this is in October. I went on the missions trip in December.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so this is, okay, you know what this
How
is?
are you on the show?
Okay, what this is Ben and Jessa came out and visited me like in the summer sometime or in the spring in Laredo. And that's when Jessa looked at me and was like, Jeremy, what about Ginger? Like, haven't you thought about Ginger? And I remember where we were driving and she's in the back seat and Ben's here and she comes up between the seats. It's like,
Oh, yeah, she
Jeremy, what
did.
about Ginger?
But I didn't know that you came to Arkansas. This was October trip that we flew out together in the airport, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know that you were on the show that time.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't remember.
Wow. So
Because I
you're
mean,
learning
we were
this.
always there. Like
That's crazy.
they were always filming, but I didn't realize that
Right.
you made it.
Well, the only reason I think is because I was with Ben all day.
You made it.
But I was with Ben all day and we go to the grocery store.
That's hilarious.
So I don't know why they would have put me on the show, or Ben was being like, if he insisted or asked them, because again, you don't want to be introducing. And he's like, I'm here with my brothers and my friend Jeremy. So I'm just this random dude who just shows up on the show. But I was there because Jessa was talking you up.
Mm-hmm.
So was Ben, of course. And so I was like praying about it. And I watched a video of you and Ben where you're giving your testimony.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we should play that video here. because so that was you giving your testimony with Ben. And I'm like, you know what, this girl, like, because we had talked, but we hadn't talked real deep. And I'm like, there's something to this girl. And so Jess is like, come on out for my baby shower. And, you can hang out with Ginge. So I come out. But remember, to hang out with Ginge, it was like, for those of you guys who don't know about the courtship and all that, it was like, you don't just go up to a girl and go, hey, let's hang out. So it's not like I went to coffee with you on this trip or like took you to dinner or like, hey, here's a guy. Plus you had all of these guys who were interested in you, constantly sending you letters and stuff. And then guys in your own circles. So you weren't really available. Like you were not accessible. And so Jess is like, come on out to the baby shower. So I'm just hanging with Ben. I went with them. They had their, what do you call that? Pregnancy shoot? Like
Maternity
photo shoot.
Is that the one I did?
No, it was out in a field with a random person. And not random to me.
Because I did the announcement, but that must have been for the actual pregnancy one.
So I'm just sitting there in the car. They're out there. She's going like, it'll take 20 minutes. Then Ben and I go to the juvenile detention center.
Yeah.
And we meet this young guy who still is in connection with Ben, which is awesome. And so I'm just like literally tagged along with Ben for the day.
Wow.
And we go to the grocery store and we're getting groceries for baby food.
Wow. That's crazy. So I wonder when the whole treehouse thing happened, when they asked you to step aside. Was that before? No, that was when we were talking, legit talking. So that was later when they asked you to step aside because they didn't want too many faces on the camera.
You know what it was? Yes, that would have been in January after the missions trip.
Yeah.
I remember that. Wow. So they had me on for this, but then had me step aside for the other.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's just too many people there.
That's funny. All right.
I like it.
Oh, yes.
Queso is good. Queso. Hey guys, let's get some spinach. Healthy, right?
I don't
There we got pickles too. So.
We were picking up
Hot
the
okra
nastiest
with
stuff.
Tomatoes.
Is there anything hot?
Baked beans.
Is there anything hot?
Good find.
Hey, we need to get some sweet potatoes.
Derek's actually
Let's get
thinking about the guys who are
Some
going to
of
be
the
eating this
stuff I
baby
would
food.
trust with Israel eating, other stuff not so much. One, because I might change the diaper, and some of this hot sauce these guys are putting in the basket would almost kill a baby. I mean, you don't
Did he say
feed a
basket?
baby flaming hot sauce.
How about some steak sauce, guys?
It's so funny.
What do you get the steak sauce for? You know,
First line on TV.
There's a
Let's
well-known
go.
fact about baby food. It's just ridiculously bland. You know, I mean, have you all ever eaten any like real?
Yeah.
Like,
I had someone else.
Look at you.
we could market
hear my little
some,
dad joke?
like baby
He said,
food that
"Have you ever
actually
eaten
tastes
baby food?"
good.
I
It's
said, "I
got
had
some
some when I was
zest
a
to
baby."
it, some spice.
sauce.
That's a good idea.
That's the one.
Hey, we should make like a dessert one and then like a main dish.
That's
one.
funny.
Like a pumpkin.
It's
Wow.
sriracha sauce. I was still obsessed with sriracha back then.
That's crazy. You still are.
I didn't realize.
So that's an interesting day because you're like literally with all the brothers.
Yeah.
That's intense. Was it like, how'd you feel?
Well, I don't
Were
know
you
if
nervous with the
No.
cameras there? I have to
no.
ask you.
I don't think so. I didn't feel. I don't think they knew that I was, thinking about their sister at this point. So they were just treating me normal.
Just like
They
a
didn't.
normal.
They didn't have their guard up. I mean, maybe they did, but little James is just having fun. Look how tiny James was, by the way.
Crazy.
Isn't that nuts? Like to
They're
see
so
Jed
small.
and these little guys. They're like string beans.
Now they have like 3 kids.
Seriously,
Each.
they've outpaced us. It is really fascinating to see. Like, it doesn't feel like that was 10 years ago.
No, for sure.
That was a
not.
decade ago, Ginge. That was 2015.
Insane.
But I don't remember if we thought we were actually making baby food or if we were just making food for this party for people to eat, like for the guys to try the game or not. I don't think I fully understood that. I don't know.
You still don't know.
And so we're getting like steak sauce and sriracha,
That's
which is
so funny.
ridiculous. Okay, so now we transition from the grocery store to the next shot from there is to you in the kitchen getting ready. And look at cute little Jinger.
Oh my goodness. We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Ava.
Do you ever feel like you are being punished for bad decisions you made years ago with your money? That's what credit can feel like. That's what credit can do. But thankfully, in steps Ava to help you improve your credit. Ava is a credit building app that makes it easy to improve your credit fast so you can get better rates on loans, pay off debt faster, and keep more money in your pocket, which in an economy like ours today is very important.
So for just $6 a month, you can access all of Ava's credit building tools. Ava keeps it low stress and low cost and super transparent.
Yeah, so take control of your credit now. Download the Ava app, that's spelled AVA, today. And when you join using our code Jinger, your first month is totally free. Get the Ava app, use our promo code Jinger so they know you heard it from us, and get your first month with Ava free. That's promo code Jinger. Thanks to Ava, you can now go and get yourself some good credit.
Now back to the episode.
Okay, guys, real quick on Mint Mobile, we all need a cell phone. It's how the world goes round. Landlines are out. I don't know if that's news to you, but if you want to save money, Mint Mobile's the way.
With Mint, you get the coverage and speed that you're used to, but for way less money.
And for a limited time, Mint Mobile is offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for $15 a month. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling literally and financially with Mint Mobile.
Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/ginger. That's mintmobile.com/ginger.
Yeah, there's an upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time, new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Now back to the episode.
Go ahead. We need two.
Hey.
Really?
I am so glad you're here.
Aw, glad to see you.
How's it going so far?
Good.
Oh, got a lot done?
We just started.
Oh, wow.
Over the past couple of months.
So, do you remember that? Sierra's
no.
house? You don't remember that?
My memory's really bad times.
First of all, you have gotten more and more beautiful
Oh, that's sweet.
every single day. You are aging like fine wine. I am aging like milk. Like if you look at me then and go like full head of hair,
Oh my goodness.
everything's dark, beard is dark. Ginger, I've got bags under my eyes. I've got a white
I have
beard.
bags under my eyes, Jeremy.
No, but you hold it beautifully. You have just gotten more and more gorgeous every day that passes by.
That's very sweet. I wish I remembered more of this, but I'm about to remember it. Once I watch it, I'll remember.
But talk about Sierra for a minute, because Sierra's your dear friend, and she's like Miss Creative. Wouldn't you guys?
Oh, yeah. She was the mastermind behind so many parties, events, and she had her hands full with all of her kids. At that time, maybe not so much, but she just is like so good. She's a people person, great at planning parties, super organized with things. So yeah, she would just knock out whatever we had to get done. She'd formulate a plan and make it happen.
And did an amazing
Look
job.
at you.
And my sisters, they're always up for a
They're putting
party
you to
too,
work.
and they're really good at that sort of thing. So together, it's going to be awesome.
Did they have any shots of us together?
Hey, babe.
It's going.
Were you like eyeing me from across the room? Was I there?
It's your
think
mom.
so.
We got to do the to the side. Yeah, exactly. There we go. We're like 3 weeks apart. Yeah. With our due dates. Like, yeah, if you have your kid like tomorrow, then I'm gonna feel really bad that I like overworked you.
I'll be so excited. Hopefully that throws you into labor. I'll have you come hold my kid at the hospital, and then you'll be like, oh, sympathy labor.
Oh,
That's Israel, isn't it?
Hey, y'all.
Wow.
Oh my
Howdy,
God.
howdy. Got little
Goodness, all these
Israel
kids have
and,
grown up.
What's up, buddy?
Wow. That's insane.
So you see like that meetup where the camera's inside and then the two couples come and meet. That was always a little awkward. Like, all right, go say hi to each other.
Yeah,
You have to go repeat your hello. You know what's funny about that day? So I was helping Sarah set up, and I was putting chairs up and tables and all this stuff with Ben, and I kept whistling the whole day.
Yes.
And I was just like whistling or singing.
And they would tell you to stop.
Scott, the producer, came over probably 3 times. And at first he's like, going to Sierra, hey, can you tell that guy to stop? And then I would just keep, 20 minutes later, I start whistling again. Just not in production mode at all. No, quiet on set.
You aren't
know?
even thinking in that.
Not
realm.
thinking. So they're filming something over here and I'm just.
You are a whistler. You are a whistler. It's so funny. Evie, I think it was Evie the other week. I told you this, right? Like she heard somebody whistling and she's like, Daddy,
Seriously?
And it wasn't you.
I didn't know
It was
that.
somebody else. I think we were at like a college campus or something, and then she heard somebody whistling and thought it was you.
Oh, that's really funny.
And I was like, nope, that's not Daddy.
Whistling's the worst because it's so annoying if you're not the whistler. You know what I mean? Like, I hear people whistling, I'm like, all right, come on, cool it. And then I find myself whistling. And,
Such a random thing.
it is a random thing. But yeah, that day I just kept whistling and they kept going, okay, dude, can you?
Do you remember when I showed up at the baby shower?
Yeah.
So you were there working.
Do you
all day.
remember when you showed up?
I think we did a sister's picture in front of the barn where the baby shower was being held. It was like an event. And we just like went out there, got all the sisters together, got a picture. But I don't remember.
Do you remember
exactly
me
when I
being
saw
there? Like,
you.
did you?
Yeah.
Had Jessa talked to you about me?
Yeah, I think so.
What'd
But
she say?
well, actually, I don't know if she talked to me before or after that. But I had heard a lot about you at that point. And so I remember them saying, there's this pastor and he is, well, you weren't ordained at that point, but you were in a leadership position. So you were shepherding a church, kind of overseeing it, basically, with another guy on the border of Mexico. And she said, he wears those sweaters you like. I remember that. And it was like, they just talked about how Ben was your friend.
But
and
was
you
she
were
trying to set you up? Like,
yeah. And you knew the word of God really well. And they said that you loved the Lord. But I think she had a conversation with me because at that point there were other people around who were interested in me. And it was kind of an interesting season, right? So I had this in my mind of like, okay, he might be interested, but there was somebody else who was like showing interest in me at that time.
yeah, I don't like that guy.
Nope, me either.
No.
So, but I was not like really interested in him at that point. I was more so like thinking about you. So it was interesting because I still was like in this turmoil with him, and just like, what do I do? Do I just like, how do I figure this out? So I remember we had a conversation. I don't remember if we talked at the baby shower, so I'm going to ask you that in a minute. And I want to hear. But it was the day after the baby shower. I was flying to a prison ministry.
Where that guy was, right?
Where he was.
Yeah.
And
you were trying to figure out, like, is this guy someone you'd be interested in, right?
Yeah.
How did that work? Did he go through your dad and your dad tell you this young man is interested in you? That's how it worked, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So then you went out there going, okay, I'll give it a shot. Like, did you know him?
No, I went out there not saying that. I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm
So you just went out there for the ministry.
I was like, for the ministry, because I go out like every year. But I was saying at that point, I don't know if I'm actually interested in this other guy, because I was more interested in like just who you were. So when we had that conversation, it was fascinating. We had a conversation at the airport at like 5 a.m. the next morning because you were flying out, I was flying out. And Ben took us to the airport, both of us. And so we had a conversation. And after that, I was like, okay, I really, really had interest in you. And by the time I made it to Florida, I saw that other guy that was interested in me. And I was like, meh. I was like, there's no interest there, like whatsoever. Like it was gone. So I was just like, that's very clear. The Lord made it clear. And so I remember at the baby shower that I think there was like, didn't they have like games they played and you participated in a couple?
So I didn't participate, but we'll watch a clip of that.
Yeah,
Let me see what timestamp it is because we talked a little bit. We here or there, like little comments, but nothing. We didn't sit and have a conversation. It was a bustling night, so we would have talked in passing. And I definitely had my eye on you because Jessa was like, "Come on out and like spend some time with Jinger before she goes off to this trip or whatever." So I was definitely like, "Hey, I want to talk to that girl," but I also didn't want to. I was kind of getting the culture, and I was starting to understand. So I didn't like make a beeline for you.
You want to be too forward. Because that would have also...
Yeah, and I still, at this point, didn't understand what forward meant in your culture. Like,
saying hello.
It was like, whoa. So, but we would have chatted a little bit, and I had my eye on you, so I was like kind of, watching you, not in like a creepy way. I'll be watching you, not like Phil Collins, but okay. This is the clip I think of them eating the baby food that we shopped for.
Okay.
It is kind of a surprise that out of all the ladies in this baby diaper competition, the one who ended up winning did not have any children of her own yet.
Okay, here we go. The baby food making contest. We're gonna make baby food. Don't worry about the health. Just does this taste good?
We're gonna start the timer. Let's get a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we're starting with 10 minutes. We've got Schofield here going for the ice cream. We've got Mark pushing his pregnant wife out of the way, grabbing everything he can. We've got Ben over here cutting up a pear. All right, we've got Schofield going for the Frappuccino. Gonna throw a little coffee.
Honestly,
in the
ice
baby
cream with
food.
coffee.
Okay, and so
isn't a
is that
bad
healthy at
combo.
all for the baby?
Of course.
Okay, we've got Mark Dominguez with the bananas, the ice cream.
There I am.
some
Look, I'm just chomping away.
strawberries. What is that, Derek? Talk to me.
So your shot in this in this baby shower was you sitting in the background eating food. They're like, here, let's get a. There's a guy who's
probably looking around like, where's Ginger? That's probably what I was looking for. Where's Ginger at? Yeah.
So do you remember though, like saying hello to me?
Yeah. I don't know if I remember the exact moment. I remember the exact moments the next morning in the airport.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, there was a lot of hustle and bustle there. I don't remember the exact moment.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
You probably also didn't want to make it too obvious for like around all those friends.
What's funny is if you look at your interviews, your makeup got less and less and less over the years.
Yeah.
It was like, because last week's episode where we looked at Counting On, which would have been months before this, it was like really dark, right?
Really intense.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what a fun day. That was really cool. That was a special memory because I was new to this world. And at the same time, like some of the theological stuff that we've worked through, I still wasn't aware of. I still had no idea about Bill Gothard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like brand new. And I'm sitting here, like it was a really sweet time. Like the gathering of the families and a lot of fun people. Like even watching that, I see all these faces of people that I had a lot of fun with, a lot of laughs with. And so I'm just kind of like getting to know the family, getting to know the environment. And I'd never been to Arkansas. I'm like, this is a cool.
Where's Arkansas on the map?
Where's
again?
Arkansas on the map? And there's a pretty girl who's, starting to take my heart. And so I knew, I was in that stage of like really hopeful, just getting to know this girl. And you're going, could this be something?
Did you think when, like, based on our interaction, could you tell I was interested in you? Or was it did I just have such a stoic face? Like, I would just sit there and like, hello, like, I'm not.
No, you weren't like rude to me or anything.
I think that's kind of what I remembered being sometimes.
Yeah. Well, because you were probably guarding your heart, as they say, right?
Yes.
You don't want anything to get in. So yeah, you weren't like stoic to me. I wasn't like off put. I never went to Jessa and was like, why is she being rude to me? I think I was starting to pick up though, and if I hadn't here, I was going to like just how intense the guarding of the heart was. Like,
yeah.
If a girl likes a guy, she like ignores him. If a girl likes a guy, she can't express it. So I didn't know. I was just kind of from the world of like,
but you had Jess to like
so
tell
Jess
you.
was navigating it all for me.
Yeah.
And that's what, I think it was fun for Ben and Jessa because they were inviting me out to this thing. They had this kind of mastermind scheme. But what was frustrating to me all the time was I would be like, Jess, why don't you just ask her, is she interested? And she wouldn't. Like it was like there was that barrier even in your conversations you'd have with your siblings. Like you guys wouldn't even talk about people you like.
Yeah.
Most siblings are being like going home and they're staying up till 2:00 in the morning, talking about the boy or the girl they like.
That's something that's very fascinating about the culture.
Yeah, you guys were very.
We didn't do that.
Yeah.
And so maybe I think like some of my siblings might have, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. And so I would sit there on the phone and be like, well, what did she say? Oh, you haven't talked to her? What do you mean you haven't talked to her? Like, just tell her. Or does she like me? And then at one point I'm like, Jess, I'm buying these flights to come out. Like, you got to give me something.
Yeah.
But Jessa and the Lord, it all worked out. But she was like, no, you got to work for it. Like, you got to find out, you got to do your own work, which was nice. You know, you gotta put the work in and get the girl.
That's so fascinating.
I did have an insider though, and Ben was giving me insider. It's like insider trading. You know? He was giving me some tips on how to get the girl.
What to say, what not to say.
It was really sweet of them. They're at their baby shower and they're thinking about me. They're thinking about you. You know,
they wanted to get me married off.
Yeah,
they did a good job. Yeah, it's crazy because like just thinking about how God worked, even in the timing of all that, you know, and you coming out and me more so like just noticing how you were willing to make that time to come out, because I think that was a huge thing too. Because I knew that you were pastoring a small in a small church plant. There was a lot that you had on your plate, and you came out to hang out with Ben and Jess and to see me. Mm-hmm. And then when you came on the missions trip, that was really when
the time
solidified.
I was giving all of this time, and I remember Randy Pizzino, who's since passed, a real dear brother, older man, pastor. He'd come out to visit me in Laredo and preach at the church, and I was kind of feeling guilty because I was making all these trips, spending money, and also, you know, that takes away from the ministry. Tiny church, it's just getting off the ground kind of thing. And he said, Jeremy, the investment in your ministry of a godly wife is going to be far more valuable to your life and ministry than the hours that you would have spent preparing a sermon this week. Mm-hmm. And it was he was so wise, because I was obsessed, like, I'm not going to have sermon prep time this week. Should I really fly out to Arkansas? And he's like seeing this picture going, dude.
It's like a drop in the bucket.
Like he who finds a good wife finds a good thing. Like a godly wife finds a good thing. And he realized, like, bro, go get your girl. You know, it's funny. I had a lot of older men tell me that, like, go get your girl.
They were further really down the road and realizing, like, to you, this seems like such a huge thing. Yeah. Buying a plane ticket and figuring out who's going to take over certain things so you can come visit me.
Right.
And that was like, don't you look back though now at like single Jeremy and you're like, dang, I had so much time. Like,
oh my goodness.
What did I do? Because
what did I do with my life?
You thought you were so swamped.
So busy. Oh, I'm so busy.
How could I ever travel to Arkansas?
I tell college students
Texas
now, they're like, I'm so busy. And you go, oh man, what's going on? I got 3 classes and I got my part-time job. And you're like, okay. And then they find time to spend like 8 hours a day playing video games. And you're like, brother, you are not busy.
Yeah.
Like you start to value the hours and the minutes, you know, as life gets busier. But yeah, it was, it was 1,000% worth it. That takes me back to that fall, the autumn, the autumn leaves and the cool weather in Arkansas.
It was so lovely.
Jumping on a little plane from Laredo, Texas to Northwest Arkansas to see if this Jinger girl might work out.
I'm so glad that you made the effort and everything worked out incredible. Like, I mean, this is part of it. So for anybody who's still single, you try to think of all the ways that you might meet your spouse. And
you can't plan it. Yeah.
It's incredible how God literally worked that out. And you have to put yourself in places where, like, you have to make effort. It's not like just sit in your room and
I've told people who are maybe getting older and really want to be married, I've said, break the rhythm of fellowship that you have. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're in a pattern of fellowship with people and it's the same people and you go, no, there's no one here.
There's no potential.
Then break that up. Go visit somewhere else. Doesn't mean, I'm not saying forsake your friends. I'm just saying do something spontaneous. Go on a Friday night to that church over there, or, you know, go on a trip or organize something with friends you haven't seen in a long time. So you can, you know, you play your part. But I remember my dad, I was real lonely in Laredo and really didn't see any prospects for marriage, you know, relationships. And my dad's told me, he said, Jeremy, if the Lord can bring my wife, your mom, to me in inner city Philadelphia, where I was ministering, just pouring himself, he said, he can bring your wife to Laredo. Mm. And he didn't bring you directly to Laredo. He brought Ben and Jess, who were like, Jessa was literally like knocking on my forehead, like, Jinger. I said literally. She did not do that literally. So figuratively, she's like, Jinger. Yeah. And so they came to me in Laredo. They were like, hey, we're at an event in Houston. We want to drive down to Laredo a few hours. So the Lord does that stuff. And you never know where those connections and relationships will come from.
It's amazing.
Look at you, beautiful woman.
Look at you, handsome.
All right, we're going to get all sappy here. We got to.
Now we got to get out of here.
All right, well, guys, that was a trip down memory lane for me, going to Harps with Ben.
I just still can't believe that was the first time you were on the show because I didn't even know that until today.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I think my first line was, I had baby food when I was a baby.
That's perfect, though, because that's Jeremy to this day, all the dad jokes.
And you know what's nuts, Ginger? I think that was season 1. We had 7 seasons of Counting On.
Crazy.
7 seasons. That's wild. Okay, well, guys, thanks for hanging out. We're so grateful for you guys. We hope that was a fun little trip for you too. And God willing, we will see you next week.